I welcome back you all students to this class of mathematics, and we are doing linear programming chapter 12 from class 12 mathematics, and today I am going to deal with problem number 4 from your exercise 12.1 NCERT of class 12 maths. The problem is that you have to minimize the function z equal to 3x plus 5y, and this function, as you know, it is called an objective function subject to the following constraints: x plus 3y greater than or equal to 3, x plus y greater than or equal to 2, x greater than or equal to 0, y greater than or equal to 0. So, we are very clear here that this function z equal to 3x plus 5y is the objective function, and x plus 3y greater than or equal to 3 here and x plus y greater than or equal to 2, these four are constraints. So, how to solve this problem graphically? We have to solve this problem graphically. So, for that matter, first of all, I have to plot these four constraints, the inequalities which are four constraints, on the same graph sheet, and I will find out the feasible region. Look how. Now, look at this first constraint, x plus 3y greater than or equal to 3. First, I will write this inequality as a linear equation, because the straight line that I am going to plot on the graph will be of this equation. Inequality will give you a region, and for finding this region, first you need this line. So, what I can do is, if I can write x is equal to 3 minus 3y, and then I can make a table. Now, I will give some values to x, and I will substitute that value of x in this equation number 1, or I will on the other way I can take some value, or I can assume some value of y. I will substitute that value of y in this equation 1, and I will get the corresponding value of x. So, first of all, I can give y value 1. I am assuming let y is 1. So, what will happen? You can see the equation is x equal to 3 minus 3y. As I am substituting y to be 1, so this equation becomes 3 minus 3 into 1 is 3, x comes out to be 0. So, when y is 1, x is 0. So, I substitute it here. So, I have got one set of values 0, 1. Now, let me find out the second set of values. I can also give this value 0 to y. So, let me assume y is 0. So, I substitute the value of y equal to 0 in equation 1. So, it becomes x equal to 3 minus 3y, and I am putting y equal to 0. So, x will become 3 minus 3 into 0, that is x is equal to 3. So, when y was taken to be 0, x was 3. So, I got another set of values 3, 0. Now, I can give one more value to y. You can suggest me. So, let me take y to be say 2. I have taken y to be 2. So, you can now directly put in the equation, if y is 2, x will be 3 minus 3 into 2, that is 3 minus 6, that is minus 3. So, I got this table ready to plot on the graph sheet. Now, similarly, I will plot this equation, this inequality also on the graph sheet, x plus y greater than or equal to 2. It is a region. So, first I need a line x plus y equal to 2. So, I have to plot this inequality. So, now students, I can write it as y equal to 2 minus x. You can write it both ways. Either you can write y is equal to 2 minus x, or you can write x equal to 2 minus y, and then we make a table. So if you assume y to be 0, I can also write x to be 2 minus y. So if I give the value y to be 0, x will be 2. If I assume x to be 0, y will be, because if I put 0 here, y will also be 2, and you can give one more value to x. Let me put x to be 1, so y will be 2 minus 1, that is 1. I mean, this thing you have already learned in your junior classes, so I don't need to stress much on this. And there were two more constraints. One was x greater than or equal to 0, and other was y greater than or equal to 0. So now students, if I write this constraint as the linear equation, it will be x equal to 0, and x equal to 0 is nothing but the equation of y-axis, and y equal to 0 is nothing but equation of x-axis. And whenever you are given these two constraints together, x greater than or equal to 0 and y greater than or equal to 0, it means that you have to take only that portion of the shaded region which lies in first quadrant when these two are given together. So now let us proceed to draw the graph. Now you can see this Cartesian plane, x-axis, y-axis, negative x-axis, positive x-axis, negative y-axis and positive y-axis. Now the tables that I have already made, I am going to plot those values in this graph sheet. You can see I have marked the scale and we have taken 1 unit to be equal to 1. Now let us come back to our first inequality, x plus 3y greater than or equal to 3. To get this graphical region, I am plotting this equation, and the first entry is 0, 1, x0, y1. So let us plot x0, 1, x0, y1. So we get this point, we encircle it and we write the point 0, 1. Now we move to the second point, this is 3, 0. So this is the point on the x-axis 3, 0. We circle it and we mark the point as 3, 0. So now my next job is to join these 2 points. Join the coordinates of the point A 0, 1 and B 3, 0. I joined the points A and B and I got this straight line, and this straight line represents x plus 3y equal to 3. Equation of this straight line is this. Now next is the other line. Let us plot the other line. The other line has got this table and the first coordinate is 2, 0. 2, 0 you can see is this point. So let us encircle it, and then 0, 2, this is this point, let us also encircle it, and this point 2, 0, I put an arrow here and let me take it as C and I mark it 2, 0, and this point 0, 2 I take it as D and mark it as 0, 2. Now you can see this point 2, 0 lying on x-axis, it is point C, and this point 0, 2 lying on y-axis, this is point D. So I will join the points C and D with the help of a scale. So you can see I have joined the points C, which is this point, and D, and I got this line, and this equation of this line is x plus y is equal to 2. Now you can also see that these two lines are intersecting at this point. So we have to find the coordinates of this point also. So although we have to find the points graphically, but in case if you have some ambiguity, so you can solve these two equations by elimination method, and then also you can write that point here. So now I see that the other two inequalities were x-axis and y-axis, which are already there. So now I have to shade the regions represented by these lines. So first line, I see that first line is x plus 3y greater than or equal to 3. So I can see that the first line is x plus 3y greater than or equal to 3. So how to find out that which region will be shaded by this line? This is the line you can see. So you need to know that the above region above this will be shaded or the region below this will be shaded. So we very well know that we have a method. We substitute the coordinates of 0, 0 in this inequality. So if I put 0, 0, that means I will put x to be 0 and I will also put y to be 0. So left hand side will become 0. 0 plus 0 greater than or equal to the inequality was x plus 3y greater than or equal to 3, not 0. So I get 0 plus 0 greater than or equal to 3. So I have to check that whether what I have written, this is it true mathematically or not. So I can see 0 plus 0, that means 0, and 0 greater than or equal to 3. This is not a mathematically true statement. This is a mathematically false statement. So what is the implication of this statement to be false? Now you concentrate on the equation of this line. This is the line about which we are talking, and you can see the position of 0, 0 is this with respect to this line. So this point 0, 0, which is called the test point, this is called the test point. When I substituted this test point in this equation, I got false. That means this line will be shaded away from 0. So the shading of this line is going to be away from 0. Away from 0 means the direction opposite to that of 0. So the whole area above this line will be shaded. And it includes the whole area. I mean the area of the whole graph. Above this line has been shaded now. This whole area has been shaded. Now let me check with the same method that what is going to be the shaded region obtained by the line x plus y greater than or equal to 2. So again I substituted the test point 0, 0 and I got 0 greater than or equal to 2, and I got to know that this is also a false statement that I am getting. So this is the line, you can see this one. This is the line x plus y greater than or equal to 2 and the region represented by x plus y greater than or equal to 2 is going to give us again the region away. So this line also gives us the region which is lying away from 0, because when we substituted 0, we got false. So that means the whole area above this line has also been shaded. So now with this discussion, what do you get to know? You get to know that the shaded region is now the whole region lying above this. But according to these two lines are giving you this whole shaded region. But there were two more constraints. What were those two constraints? Those two constraints were x, y greater than or equal to 0. These two constraints means only the first quadrant. That means you have to take only the region lying in first quadrant. So that means our final shaded region will be, you can see this one, this, and then here we go to this point, again we go to this point, and again, and this, and it continues infinitely in both the directions. I have defined a boundary for this region, but the boundary is lying only on one side. From the other side it is open. So this type of feasible region, now this is the feasible region, but you can see that this feasible region is unbounded. So now what is to be done when we are going to get the unbounded feasible region? So let us go further. Now again I would like to show you that this whole region, shaded region, part of the shaded region which is lying in first quadrant, you can see this red line. So the lower boundary is defined by the red line, but on this upper side there is no boundary. It covers the whole quadrant, and it goes infinitely even beyond this paper, beyond the limit of this paper. Now let us proceed forwards. Now we shall be trying to recognize the corner points of this visible region. You can see one corner point is this. You can see this point. This is point D, which is 0, 2. So I can write here the corner points, and one corner point is D, 0, 2. And I can see that one corner point is this, and we still don't know the coordinates of this point. So I will find out the coordinates of this point by solving these two equations simultaneously by elimination method, because I know that this point is nothing but the point of intersection of, you can see from this side, this is the point of intersection of these two lines. So let me solve these two equations simultaneously. You also solve it side by side and get the coordinates of this point, and let us call it point. If we have taken the points till A, B, C, D, we can call it as point L. So this is point L, and we have to find its coordinates by elimination method. So you can see that I have taken the two equations, x plus 3y equal to 3 and x plus y equal to 2. I solved them simultaneously, changed the sign, so I got y to be 1 by 2, and I think you must be knowing it how to solve it. We are subtracting the second equation from the first. 3y minus y is 2y, 3 minus 2 is going to be 1, so y is 1 by 2. Substituting this value of y to be 1 by 2 into the second equation, x plus y equal to 2, y 1 by 2, x is 2 minus 1 by 2, that is 3 by 2. So the coordinates of the point L are 3 by 2, 1 by 2. So I write them here. This is 3 by 2, 1 by 2. So I got the coordinates of the point L also. Now let me recognize the other corner point, and this is this point. This is already, we have written B. The other corner point is B. So far I wrote one corner point to be D, other corner point to be L, 3 by 2, 1 by 2, and one more corner point to be B, whose coordinates are so this was B or C? This was C, not B, whose coordinates are 3, 0. Okay? Whatever it was B or C, it was B only. Okay, so the graph has become too hodgepodge now since I am using a sketch pen, but you don't have to use a sketch pen while you draw the graph. I am doing so that I can highlight this work and it is clearly visible to you. Otherwise, if I would have used a pencil in the video, it would not have become very clear to you, and that is why I am using the colored sketch pens, but you have to use the pencil to draw these graphs. So in total we have got 3 corner points, D 0, 2, L 3 by 2, 1 by 2, and B 3, 0. And let us again see these corner points in the figure. This is the corner point of the unbounded region D 0, 2. This is the corner point L 3 by 2, 1 by 2, and this is the corner point B 3, 0. Now you can see there is no other corner. This is going infinitely, this is going infinitely, there is no other corner point. So these are the 3 corner points. Now the objective function is z equal to 3x plus 5y. The function whose value is which is to be maximized or minimized is called objective function, and the corner points are D, L and B. We have already found them. Now the next step is that I find the values of z one by one at these corner points. So first of all, I find the value of z at the point D. That means in 3x plus 5y, in place of x and y, I am going to put 0, 2. So x is 0, 3x, y is 2, 5y, which gives me 0 plus 10, that is 10. So that means the value of the objective function at the point D is 10. Now value of, likewise we find for other points, z at the point L, 3. Now L is 3 by 2, 1 by 2. So in place of x, I put 3 by 2, and in place of y, I will put 1 by 2, that gives me 9 by 2 plus 5 by 2, that is 14 by 2, and that is equal to 7. Now I put the value of z at the other corner point B. So we have again 3 into x plus 5 into y. So in place of x I have written 3, the x coordinate of B, and in place of y I have written 0, the y coordinate of B. So that gives me 9 plus 0, that is 9. So now I can make a table. So I got that z is 10 at D, z is 7 at L, and z is 9 at B. Now what was our main aim? Let me recall. The aim was to minimize the objective function. We had to find the minimum value of this objective function. But in general circumstances, if the region would have been the bounded region, then I would have said that 7 is the minimum value of z. But right now, since the region is unbounded, so straight away I cannot say that 7 is the minimum value of z. There is one more step involved, and please very carefully go through that step. So z was 3x plus 5y, and we had to minimize z, and the region is unbounded. So in this case we will form a new inequality. What will be that inequality? Please look very carefully. LHS of the inequality will be 3x plus 5y, the same function as you have got in the objective function. Now look at the word. If you have to minimize the function, then you will put strict inequality over here. If you have to maximize the function, then you will put strict greater than sign here to form this new inequality. Second thing, in case you are minimizing the objective function, then here in place of constant you will write the minimum value out of these three. So the minimum value out of these three is 7. Again I explained you how I have formed this new inequality. So I repeat how I formed this inequality and why I formed this inequality. In case you are getting the unbounded feasible region, in that case you will straight away not say that which value is minimum and which value is maximum just by looking the values of z at corner points. But rather than you form a new inequality. How do you form this inequality? You write the RHS, right hand side of the objective function, and then in case the word minimize has been used, you put a less than sign. In case the word maximize has been used, you put a greater than sign. And in case you have to minimize the function, you take the minimum number out of these three and write here. In case that is 7, here you have to minimize the function, so minimum out of 10, 7 and 9 was 7, so I wrote here 7. In case you have to maximize the function, objective function, then I would have written the maximum value by putting the greater than sign. So now in minimize case, this is going to be my new inequality. Now I have to plot this inequality again on the same graph sheet. Now to plot this inequality on the same graph sheet, I will write this inequality as an equation, and again I will form a table for this. And I will try to get two values of x and y to plot this. I can see that if I take x to be 4, then y will be 7 minus 3 4s are 12, that is minus 5 by 5 is minus 1. And if I take x to be 9, so y will be, I will put the value of x here, 9. 7 minus 3 into 9, 27. 7 minus 27, that will be minus 20 by 5 is minus 4. So I get this table. Now I plot these points on the same graph sheet. that I have to plot, first point that I have to plot is 4 minus 1. So I can see in the graph sheet x 4 y minus 1. I got this point. This is the point 4 minus 1. And the second point that I have to plot is 9 minus 4. So 9, 1, 2, 3, 4 in the negative direction. This is the point 9 minus 4. Now I will join, you can see these blue points. I have to join these blue points to get this inequality. But one thing you please take care is that this inequality has got a strict inequation sign, strict inequality sign. So that means that the line that I am going to draw here joining these 2 points is going to be a dotted line. But in previous cases the lines were not dotted because the inequality was not strict. I had got the 2 inequalities with equal to sign. So let us join the 2 points that we have got from the new inequality. So now when I am joining these 2 points, I can see that this point L is also coming in the way. But I am not sure that the new inequality is passing through L or not. So I have checked algebraically that this new point L, whose coordinates were 3 by 2, 1 by 2, it is also satisfying this equation. And hence therefore I have no confusion, and I know now that this line that I am going to draw now with this dotted line, so you can see this is a dotted line, it is going to pass through the already drawn, already taken point L. So after plotting this line 3x plus 5y equal to 7, that you can see with the purple or the blue pen, I have to check that which region will be shaded by this inequality. So for that I again take the checkpoints to be 0, 0. 3x plus 5y less than 7, I substituted 0, 0 the test point, and I got to know 0 less than 7, and which is the true statement. That means its shading will be towards 0. Now very carefully you see that the region, shaded region given by this new inequality that you formed and you plotted is going to be towards 0. You can see this is 0. This is the line. 0 you substituted, you got it correct. So it is going to be shaded towards 0. So this is going to be the shaded of this new line. So now after this, a very important step. Now you have to check that the feasible region that you have already got and this new region that you have got now, have they got any point in common? Now you can see that there is no point in common. Some students may have a doubt. They may think that because you see our region is there. This red line shows its region. And this, you can see this purple line, below the purple line, it is our region, required region by the new region. Some students say that ma'am, this point can be a common point. No, this is not a common point because this point lies on the line 3x plus 5y equal to 7. And the region which is given by 3x plus 5y less than 7, it does not contain this line because I have already made this line to be a dotted line. So that means this the points lying on the line 3x plus 5y equal to 7 are not included in the new region. Only the points which are lying below the line 3x plus 5y equal to 7 are included in this region. Is that clear? And you people already know that if the line is dotted, then no point of that line is included in the region. And hence this is a dotted line. So this point is also on the line. So this is not included in new region, although this was included in the previous region. So I have checked from the graph that the region obtained by this new inequality has no point in common with the previously obtained feasible region. So now we conclude that if the region obtained by plotting the inequality, the new inequality that you formed, 3x plus 5y less than 7, has no point in common with previously obtained feasible region, then the minimum value of z, means objective function, is 7 only. Why 7? Because you remember that when we calculated the values of z at the corner points, the minimum of them was 7. But the minimum value finally will be taken 7 only after confirming that this newly formed region, this newly formed inequality has no point in common with the previously formed feasible region. So we have checked that no common point, so the minimum value of z is 7. Otherwise, if it would have any common point with the previously found feasible region, then this linear programming problem would have no solution. So z is 7 and it lies at the point L 3 by 2, 1 by 2. That is for x 3 by 2 and y 1 by 2, objective function z has got minimum value 7. So we end up this class here. So we are going to solve some more problems. Now this time we are going to solve preferably the word problems in the next class. Until then, you please complete the rest of the questions and please don't forget to like, subscribe and share this channel. Thank you.